Turkish Airlines Euroleague. I feel devotion.
Maccabi tried to turn the tide against Barcelona in our game of the week. Who emerged victorious in week 2 of the top 16? We spoke to Nick Kalathis and Sonny Weems. A coach's dream, Andrei Kirilenko. The crop of this week's plays from the outstanding players. Maccabi Electra Tel Aviv hosted Barcelona Regal at the Nokia Arena on Thursday night. It was a classical game between two of Euroleague's greatest teams. Many details could become deciding factors, like the comeback of Juan Carlos Navarro from injury and the impact of Chuck Edson, who left Maccabi last summer to join Barca. In a 6-game phase, every matchup is crucial.
We won our first away game last week, and to take advantage of that or to make that mean a lot, then you need to win your home games.
After 4 straight losses against Barcelona, the home team was out to set the score straight.
Some people think here in Israel that there is a bad luck against Barcelona. Nobody remembers a team that came here to Nokia with 11,000 yellow fans that scream and cheer us and beat us 2 times in a row.
If success is built in the backcourt, then it bodes well for Barcelona, who came out of the regular season with the best defense of the tournament.
I think that's a great thing about our team, and from our defense we get a lot of easy baskets in transition, and it's a fun way to play. We play good defense and we get out and run. And obviously the offensive talent that Maccabi has is going to be a big key for the game.
Maccabi had the better start in the battle and took a 7-point lead with special thanks to a great contribution from Keith Langford, who sank 17 points at the end. But then Navarro put his teammates back in the game with a triple and a spectacular pass completed by Victor Sada with the alley-oop. Just before half-time, Theo Papaloukas stole the ball and went coast to coast to keep Maccabi in front. A personal contest between Langford and Edson led up the third. Very little separated the two teams. When Richard Hendricks completed a 6-point scoring run, Maccabi tied the game at 47, but the visitors could rely on the help of Erazem Lorbek, the game's MVP, to stretch out a comfortable lead, and Barcelona Regal managed the gap all the way to the final buzzer to take a 71-57 road win. CSKA Moscow still undefeated after 12 games in Euroleague, and game after game the display of power that CSKA Moscow shows on the court is becoming even more impressive. Anadolu Efes resisted the power of CSKA for only 1 quarter. But the high level of pressure from the CSKA defense in the paint forced Efes to go the route of the 3-pointers, with the resulting poor percentages, 17.6%, and were down by 20 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter, leaving the game clearly in Russian hands. In the inferno of the Abdi Ipekci in Istanbul, GS Medical Park grabbed its first top 16 win ever by downing Olympiacos Piraeus 78-77 in overtime. Olympiacos down 66-69 with a few seconds left in the game, turned to Kostas Sloukas to beat the buzzer, with a desperate 20-meter shot to tie the game at 69. In overtime, Oktay Mamuti's team showed great confidence and winning mentality in the extra 5 minutes with Jamon Lucas, who drove Galatasaray to the narrow win with 6 points in the last minutes. The next 2 weeks will be crucial. The back-to-backs between Olympiacos and Anadolu Efes, starting in Greece, and between CSKA and Galatasaray, the first game in Russia, may be really decisive. And if CSKA is the favourite, nobody knows who could follow the Russians to the playoffs. Is there a single coach in the world who wouldn't like to have Andrei Kirilenko in his team? I don't think so. Why? It's a question of details. Which? 1. The runs without the ball after his own rebound to score. Here passing to the middle. Then the position for the rebound. The outside pass to Kriapa. Kriapa runs the fast break, serving Teodosic. He goes for the rebound anyway. Driving the fast break by himself. Assisting Shved on the corner. Now look at his move to box out for another possible rebound. 2. The offense details. For himself, faking the pass before shooting. Showing himself a simple give and go with Kriapa, allowing this dunk. Cutting, then boxing out the defense to allow the shot for Shved. Saving energy, if not necessary. Here, the energy is needed for the steal. Then what is needed is the 2 points, not the dunk. Here is different. Now the energy to dunk is necessary, with all that traffic. 4. The defense details. First, calling every switch. Then taking up a perfect position for the one-on-one. Third, the box out, then touching the ball for himself. At the end, practically guarding everybody, here and there, with the final masterpiece, knowing that the clock is ticking down the 24 seconds, going on the shooter to contest him. All this when leading by 23 points. Sublime. 5. Always thinking about his team, talking on the bench, with his young teammates, with the whole lineup. 6. Making just one mental mistake in 24 minutes. This. Details. The simple difference between winning and not. That's Andrei Kirilenko. Bo McCaleb and Aaron Jackson, Siena's and Bilbao's point guards. Their total stats: 15 from a possible 17 two-pointers, 1 from 3 three-pointers, 6 out of 8 from the line, 8 assists, 51 their rating. No surprises then if Montepaschi and Geskrap strode to victory. Montepaschi played as perfect a game as is possible in Madrid, leading from the beginning over the best offense of the league, allowing only 69 points to a team averaging until this week more than 87 points a game. Despite an outstanding Felipe Reyes and the usual useful contribution from J.C. Carroll coming off the bench, Real Madrid couldn't resist under the triples of Krzysztof Lavrinovic and David Moss. 6 from 9 for the pair, or the baskets of David Anderson and Igor Rakocevic. Add the team's perfect stats from the line, 14 out of 14, and you can understand the final score, 88-69, as Siena stays undefeated. Almost the same trend in Bilbao, where the Basque team led for 30 minutes before killing the game in the last quarter, dominated 27-18. Here the top scorer came from the front line. Kostas Vasiliadis and Alex Mumbrou split 37 points, while Freeland and Fitch, respectively 18 and 17, weren't enough for Unicaja. Bilbao ventured into new territory with his first top 16 win ever, 85-70. Now the back-to-back games, Siena with Unicaja, playing at Malaga first, and the early play-off between Real Madrid and Bilbao, starting in Madrid, both with one win. Not only a derby between the European veteran and the novice. Nick Kalathis is the face of Panathinaikos. He embodies the team effort, enthusiasm and trust in the coach's rules and philosophy.
How we play as a team, how we play together, how everyone knows where they're going to be at on the floor, and obviously the chemistry-wise, defense and things like that, and always being in the right position. I think that's the big thing.
The reciprocal respect in the Panathinaikos locker room is another key to their success.
I love all my teammates. Dimitridis, Mike, in the past, Foti and Drew. So I mean, like I said, I don't have one that I could just choose from, but and I like all my teammates.
Repeating a victory is never easy. Yet this season, Panathinaikos have set out determined to clinch back-to-back Euroleague titles. Kalathis himself seems stronger, and the entire team also seems to have improved.
I think our defense is probably stronger this year. I think once we get it going on the court, I think our offense can be. But I mean, I think you know, it's tough to compare. Obviously, there's still a lot more to the season. I can probably answer that question after the year is over.
Nick recognises the role of veterans like Dimitris Diamantidis in the locker room.
Probably his leadership. Being a point guard, obviously a point guard has to be a leader on the floor and direct everybody to tell them where to be and things like that. And I'd probably say, leadership-wise.
In 2011 Euroleague playoffs, Nick's defense on Juan Carlos Navarro was one of the keys to Panathinaikos' win in the best-of-5 series over FC Barcelona Regal. That task was obviously assigned by coach Obradovic.
Make it tough to contest his shots. Obviously, he's one of the best players in Europe. I wouldn't say that, I did it myself, but it was a team effort. Obviously, just to bother him a little bit, contest his shots and make it difficult, because obviously you're not going to, keep him from scoring. He's going to score, but just to try to, score a little.
Nick is playing his best season with the Greens, averaging 9.5 points and 3.4 assists per game. Looking forward to hurdling the next obstacles on the road to Istanbul.
I think I'm having a good season. Still need to do some things better, but hopefully finish out the year strong and obviously win games. That's the big thing, is do what I can to help the team win, and my role in the team. Hopefully, we can carry another trophy.
The second round of Group G saw the two winners of the opening games, Panathinaikos and Unix, face each other, while Fenerbahce and EA7 Milano were out to claim a debut top 16 victory. At the Waka, coach Evgeny Pashutin once again built his team's success in the second half. Henry Domerkan was in inspirational form and finished on 21 points. Terol Laide added a helping hand, 16 but 9 in the decisive moments, when the Greens came back within touching distance on 63-69 through Mike Batiste. The Russian coach then had Steven Smith to thank for his 10 points in the last period. Petr Samoylenko gave a double-digit cushion with a smart layup, which Kazan, a top 16 debutee, defended stoutly to hold on for a historical win over the reigning champs, 83-89. The brand new Fenerbahce Ulker Sports Arena was the beautiful setting for the other game, with the hosts, led by Roko Ukic, found a fundamental opening home win over Empore Armani. After 40 minutes of a finely balanced encounter, which saw Fenerbahce just edge ahead, Bojan Bogdanovic from among the Turkish team and Mason Rocca for the Italians finished top scorers. The visitors had the shot to win, down by 2, with 3 seconds left, but Antonis Fotsis, after previously scoring 3 three-pointers, missed the triple, which would have snatched a surprise-away success. Now back-to-back games, the high-low between Kazan and Milano, and the playoff between Panathinaikos and Fenerbahce, starting in Russia and Turkey. EA7 Empore Armani Milano has returned to the top of European basketball after a long absence. However, defeat in Istanbul left Olympia with a 0-2 record in the top 16, and already their backs are to the wall. Youth is on EA7's side. The young upcoming stars are talented and determined. One element who could turn the team from Milan's season around is Alessandro Gentile. Following in his father's footsteps, he's demonstrating the same tenaciousness and talent as Nando, European champion with Panathinaikos in 2000.
I started playing because of him. And before I didn't like basketball, so when we came back to Italy from Greece, I started watching him, and that's when I started to play basketball too.
Leon Radozovic took up basketball by chance, but on the court he is able to put all his devotion on display.
I went to watch one basketball game, and there was one of my friends playing, and he invited me to try. I just tried. It was good, I liked it, and that's it.
Another youngster with huge personality is Niccolò Melli. His mind is made up and knows well how he must improve to give more quality in his playing time.
The way to stay on the court, like the good behavior, they know what to do in the right moment, just be in the right place in the right moment.
Thinking the game through and using space well often make the difference between a good player and a champion. But there's more to it.
To become a great player, you have to be always concentrate, focus. This is the first skill that you have to put on the court. Then, of course, there's the shot, the pass, but this is stuff that you work on every day in practice. But if you are not concentrate, focus, and hungry to achieve something, you will never become a great player.
The desire for hard work, to be in basketball 200%, not 100 and 200%. I'm not, right now, I know I'm not able to, but I'd like to have this ability.
Good positioning, concentration and passion. Wisdom normally reserved to the game's elder statesmen, now already understood by the young guns. Bennett Cantu was coming off 3 defeats in a row, including the regular season and the first top 16 game. Cantu was dominated by the guests because of the size of players like Yavtokas inside and the talent on the perimeter with Popovic, Collins and Weems, who are capable of creating shots on their own. Andrea Trinchieri's tactics worked, thanks to an amazing job by Vlado Mitsov, and also because Gianluca Basile and his shots, 4 out of 6 overall, kept Cantu in the game. In a heartbreaking finale, Weems tied the game after grabbing his own rebound on a free throw. But Shermadini scored the last and winning point after the foul made by Kalnietis to seal the victory for his team. Cantu will host Maccabi Electra next week and then move to Tel Aviv in the following one. Both teams are now 1-1, and that will be a crucial matchup to know which one of those teams will have a big chance to advance to the playoffs, while Barcelona will try to clinch its spot in the next 2 games against Kaunas. Five months ago, no one would have been able to put a name to his face. After an explosive arrival on the Turkish Airlines Euroleague scene, the name of Sonny Weems is on everyone's lips. How did he win over so many fans? Simple. Quite incredible. Being able to make an immediate impact on court is no easy achievement, especially in a rookie season, like the Memphis-born Weems. It's with substance and well-reasoned choices that has seen Sonny inspire Žalgiris to the top 16.
This season has been a real successful season for me, and I have 4 more months of European basketball, and I want to finish it out strong and on a good note.
If defense wins titles, then offense sells tickets, and Weems is on the way to picking up medals while luring fans to arenas around Europe. On the open court, he appears unstoppable.
Can't nobody block me. That's why I feel, once I jump, then whoever's under me, they're in trouble. So, I feel like, can't nobody touch me. Once I'm in the air, no one can stop me.
It could be said his head is in the clouds. He takes wings so often.
It's a part of my game because, dunking over here, as you can see, the European fans are crazy. And when they see something like that, the whole gym explodes. Especially, the fans back in Lithuania. I've never seen any fans like it. I've never been a part of any fans like it. And I enjoy every game playing with those fans, and give them something to cheer about.
He has earned a nickname from his own special dunking style.
Sonny Weems Airlines.
So fasten your seatbelts and prepare for takeoff.
The legend of Bo McCaleb continued to grow as the Montepaschi Siena playmaker was once again all over the place to beat Real Madrid at its own game and earned the BWIN MVP of the Week honor in the Turkish Airlines Euroleague. McCaleb raised his career-high scoring total to 25 points on near-perfect shooting. He also dished 6 assists in accumulating a career best performance index rating of 36.
And now the top 16 Week 2 podium. Bronze medal, Roko Ukic. He was supposed to be sidelined, but he played. And if Roko's on the floor, it's certain his involvement is decisive. Not only 16 points, but the usual unstoppable energy, arriving to the last 2 minutes stealing this ball, dancing between 2 players, then twirling in the air after turning. At the end, in perfect control for his typical jumper. silver medal, Terrell Lydie. 16 points is his total amount, but 9 when Panathinaikos came back. From 63-71 to 72-83, he scored this magnificent reverse layup. Then against Mike Batiste, ending acrobatically. At the end, a very hard jumper, practically closing the game. No doubt about it, Unix enjoyed a great win, and Lydie deserved a silver medal. Gold medal, Jamon Lucas. If you suffer a basket like this, which takes the game to overtime, it takes great strength to react. Jamon Lucas has it in abundance. Before and after that miraculous shot, Lucas scored almost all the points from the field for his team, ending with the 3 final penetrations, scoring the last 6 points of overtime, while also adding a fundamental block. Do we need anything else to award him the gold medal? The fast break. It guarantees the most spectacular moments of a game. And there are many ways of running it. One, just pushing the ball to the end, like McCaleb here over the opponents. Or Mirotic after the steal. Or Kalnietis going through the defense. Just like Kaimakoglu. Or pushing for a jumper like Moss. Two, pushing, but in the meantime running without the ball, like Onan and Gist. Or Lydie following Samoilenko after Dormakant's steal. Or Jasikevicius starting before everybody else, knowing how Diamantidis can assist him with a long, perfect pass. Or Kriapa here, while Teodosic first, then Kirilenko worked to join him. 3, pushing, running, but thinking too. Look at Cararetto. He starts from the right side. He crosses the floor in order to clear out for Moss or receive the ball from him. And that is exactly what happens. Now it's Lydie to run and read. While Samoilenko drives and penetrates, he spaces the floor. The best way to catch the pass and shoot. Here is Singler, the running thinker. He sprints the transition whilst reading what's happening. That's why he can call where he wants the ball and score a magnificent underhand flying shot. Run, think and read. That's Euroleague's fast break.
Number 3, Bilbao, Spain. Joel Freeland of Unicaja gets the ball in the low post, beats his defender with a spin move, and shocks the crowd with a wild slam. Number 2, Cantu, Italy. With the shot clock winding down, Dainius Shalenga gets the ball with his back to the basket, turns around, and hits a rainbow 3 from almost mid-court. And the number 1 play of the week, Istanbul, Turkey. Yakalakovic of Galatasaray Medical Park hits a free throw for a 3-point lead with 2.5 seconds to go. But Kostas Lukas buries a prayer from beyond midcourt to force overtime in epic fashion.
The Spanish party, the fiesta of basketball. Wednesday, don't miss the show in Madrid. Real against Guescrat Bilbao. A new but decidedly strong rivalry. Just take a look at the Basque roster. Alex Mumbrú, 5 seasons with the Blancos, leads a large group of former Real players. With him, Raúl López, now point guard for Guescrat, for 4 seasons a Real player. They both were ULEB Cup champions with Real Madrid in 2007. And then Axel Hervel, the Belgian, Dior and Josh Fischer, not brothers, but with the same basketball background in Madrid. So 5 Bilbao players have inside information on how to punish Real's system. The same argument, however, also works in reverse. Real Madrid knows its major threat inside out. This is the reason why the game could be decided by other players. The duel between Kostas Vassiliadis and JC Carroll, for example, has the potential to be very exciting. 2 fantastic shooters, one against the other, in this opening episode of the Euroleague Basketball Fiesta. On Thursday, part 2, with the game of the week. The scene will be the wonderful Martin Carpena Sports Centre in Malaga. Montepaschi Siena will try to survive in this top 16 Spanish conference, in front of one of the most enthusiastic crowds in Euroleague. The Italian champions will need a great performance from their most experienced players. Bo McCaleb will challenge the speed of AJ Rowland in a fast and furious showdown. Under the boards, David Anderson and Sean Stonerook will have a busy night against the odd couple from Andalusia, one from Croatia, Luka Zoric, the other from England, Joel Freeland. 2 of those invited from around the world to the Spanish party, the fiesta of basketball.
Turkish Airlines, Euroleague. I feel devotion.